Alright, there's a lot going on in crypto today. Biden just announced that he would probably veto a bill that just passed the House that would allow banks to actually custody cryptocurrency. If that bill was to actually be approved, then it would probably be a boon for cryptocurrency, and we would be seeing all kinds of big banks announcing that they're going to be taking on cryptocurrency assets. At the time of recording, Bitcoin is still holding strong at about $62,000 at the time of recording, and as I said in my previous video, I'm not really worried about it unless we dip down below $60,000 or this red line again, and I think we could trade sideways here until we get squeezed into this corner on these patterns that I have drawn out. But ultimately, I expect us to break out of this with a price target of about $100,000, and I'm just waiting for the price to actually get above this 50-day moving average. In what seems to be positive news, apparently FTX debtors have finally filed their anticipated amendment to the plan to reorganize and accompanying disclosure statements with the U.S. Bankruptcy Court. Basically, this means that all of the people that held cryptocurrency on FTX whenever it collapsed are finally going to be getting paid back. It says 98% of the creditors are going to be paid back 100% plus 9% interest. And the media is pushing this as a victory, but they're not actually going to get the gains from their crypto price increases, as this article on NBC News says. And Bitcoin alone has climbed more than 250% since then. So basically, you've been locked in at the bottom of the market, and Bitcoin is one of the coins that has increased the least, basically, especially if you consider Solana, which is one of the biggest holdings that FTX actually had. It's up more than 1,000%, and I think that a lot of people are probably going to be pocketing some money over there, especially since they couldn't really keep track of where the money was, supposedly. The government has had their hands all up in this stuff, and a lot of powerful people are running this show. It's no surprise to me that they're trying to act like everybody's getting all of their money back, whenever if you actually consider it in cryptocurrency prices, people are only getting back a very small percentage of what they were actually ripped off for. Plus, with all of the money that Sam Bankman-Fried pumped into the Democratic and other parties, supposedly, I think there's probably going to be an argument for a pardon coming up pretty soon, and we'll just see if he can get it. Spoiler alert, in my opinion, he's probably going to be getting pardoned because he paid for it. Obviously, that's what all that money was about. But anyway, on to the big story of the day. Here we have the release from the Executive Office of the President. In this statement of administration policy, it says, the administration strongly opposes the passage of H.J. Res. 109, which could disrupt the SEC's work to protect investors in crypto asset markets. The administration strongly opposes the passage of H.J. Res. 109, which would disrupt the SEC's work to protect investors in crypto asset markets and to safeguard the broader financial system. Resolution 109 would invalidate the SEC Staff Accounting Bulletin 121, or SOB 121, which reflects the considered SEC staff views regarding the accounting obligations of certain firms that safeguard crypto assets. I know this is really complicated, but stick with me now. SAB 121 was issued in response to the demonstrated technological, legal, and regulatory risks that have caused substantial losses to consumers. By virtue of the SEC invoking the Congressional Review Act, it could also inappropriately constrain the SEC's ability to ensure appropriate guardrails and address future issues related to the crypto assets, including financial stability. Limiting the SEC's ability to maintain comprehensive and effective financial regulatory framework of crypto assets would introduce substantial financial instability and market uncertainty. Well, so basically what happened is the SEC posted some so-called guidance saying that the banking sector had to hold 100% assets in dollars to back up all of the cryptocurrency liabilities that they held on their balance sheet. And the Congress said that this turned out to be a rule, and the Constitution says that only the Congress can make laws. So they invoked the Congressional Review Act, which actually means that they can basically review the law or rule that the SEC put forward to see if it's constitutional or if it's something that they would pass anyway, and if they don't agree with it, then they can revoke it. Then the House just passed this Res. 109, which actually is pretty short, it's only 10 lines, and it basically says, nah, the SEC is overstepping their boundaries, and this rule is unconstitutional, or it's something that we don't want to be in effect. And now through the Congressional Review Act, the Congress is trying to get this bill passed, and it just actually passed through the House and is headed to the Senate. And the idea of the bill is actually to limit the SEC's ability to regulate the way that the crypto market and the banking sector actually interact. That's basically just a summary of the SAB 121. I read it all, but I'll spare you because, as you can see, it's pretty long. This was apparently a Republican-led bill with 207 Republican votes for yay and 0 for nay, but there were a whole 21 Democrats that actually voted yay, which is pretty good, and there were 182 that voted for nay. A lot of people have given me some flack in the past in my comments whenever I have talked about how the Democrats hate cryptocurrency and how in the upcoming election it's actually going to be a voter issue. Some people have said that there's no sign that the Democrats don't like cryptocurrency or that the Republicans have support for crypto, but this right here just goes to show you that the Republicans actually do want the SEC to let cryptocurrency thrive, whereas the Democrats seem to be opposed. It's not all Democrats, I'll be fair, but the administration that's currently in the White House definitely is anti-crypto, and I definitely think this could be a real big issue that's going to be heating up over the next few months as we go into the election. But I don't think this bill is really going to affect us very much, at least not in a negative way, especially if it just goes to Biden's desk and he vetoes it. This SAB 121 has already been in effect since April 11th of 2022, according to the SEC. So banks already basically can't custody cryptocurrency for people unless they want to keep twice the amount of assets, basically, to keep their balance sheet looking good. But I don't think it's going to affect the ETFs or Coinbase or anything like that, because they probably wouldn't be approved if they fell into the category of the entities that they're referring to in this bulletin. If somebody convinces Biden not to veto the bill and it actually does go through, then we might be actually seeing cryptocurrency explode, because that would mean that banks can probably start to custody cryptocurrency assets, and then they would be adding them to their balance sheets, and that would obviously be big news for crypto. And this is definitely something to keep an eye on, and it's something really interesting. Hopefully it'll go through eventually. But for now, Biden says he's going to veto it even if it gets through the Senate, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. It's no surprise to me that the Democrats are starting to ramp up their attacks against cryptocurrency, because it looks like the political parties are actually starting to choose sides on the cryptocurrency issues. The Democrats have been attacking cryptocurrency for some time now, but the Republicans have seemed a little bit iffy. And now it looks like they've finally started to solidify their stance, as Trump has recently come out in support of cryptocurrency, and it looks like he's probably going to start supporting cryptocurrency technology just because the Democrats hate it, really.
They are against it. Biden doesn't even know what it is. If you ask Biden, sir, are you for or against crypto? What's that? What the? Get me off the stage. He's saying, get me off the stage. No, he has no idea. But look, Gensler is very much against it. The Democrats are very much against it. And I say this, a lot of people are very much for it, probably a lot of the people in this group. And I'm fine with it. I want to make sure it's good and solid and everything else, but I'm good with it. And if you like crypto in any form, and it comes in a lot of different forms, if you're in favor of crypto, you better vote for Trump.
I don't necessarily know if Trump knows all that much about cryptocurrency either, but I definitely know that he knows more than Biden does. I've talked about in the past how Trump has sold his own NFTs, and that will basically make it hard for him to be anti-crypto, because people are going to say that he's already sold his own cryptocurrency, basically, so how can he be against it and say that it's criminals that transact in such things? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that Trump is actually pro-cryptocurrency and he really knows what cryptocurrency is? Or do you think that he's just trying to get votes and he's trying to go against what the Democrats are saying, really? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if I brought you value. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.